مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear students, welcome back to the third lesson, which is grammar. It will deal with modals. The lesson is in Unit 6, Health and Fitness. As usual, let's start by introducing today's value, which is the same as the two previous lessons. Listen carefully to this verse of the Holy Quran.
وابتغ فيما آتاك الله الدار الآخرة ولا تنس نصيبك من الدنيا وأحسن كما أحسن الله إليك ولا تبغ الفساد في الأرض إن الله لا يحب المفسدين.
صدق الله العظيم. Now let's move to our lesson for today. Today's lesson will be on page 85 on your student books. And today's objectives are as follows. Number 1. Distinguish the functions of modal verbs in exercise A and D. Number 2. Analyze two kinds of modal verbs that denote certainty. Number 3. Discover the correct method of forming modal verbs in the past. And finally, number 4. Differentiate between forms of modal verbs in 4 sentences through answering 4 multiple choice questions. Before we start our lesson for today, let's first check your homework. Your homework was workbook exercise B, page 64. Have a look at the exercise, and here are the answers. Number 1. Yes, are skating on thin ice. Number 2. No sweat. It means very easy. Number 3. Yes, keep my head above water. Number 4. Show me the ropes. It means to tell me how to do something. Number 5. Yes, saved by the bell. Number 6. The ball is in your court. Number 7. Jump the gun. Number 8. Get the ball rolling. Number 9. Go the full distance. I hope you all did the exercise correctly. And now it's time to start our lesson for today with grammar modals. What are modals? Why do we use them? Watch the video and take notes.
Modal verbs. Type modal verbs. Examples: ability, permission, advice, obligation, possibility, can, could. David can speak 3 languages. He could speak fluent French when he was 5. Can, could, or may. Can I sit in that chair, please? Could I open the window? May I borrow your dictionary? should. You should visit your dentist at least twice a year. You should try to lose weight. Must or have to. I must memorize all of these rules about tenses. You have to take off your shoes before you get into the mosque. Might, may, could, or can. It looks nice, but it might be very expensive. Richard may be coming to see us tomorrow. Modal verbs asking permission. Modal verbs asking permission. Informal. Can. Can I borrow your pen for a minute? Can I speak to John Wilson? Polite. Could. Could I open the window? Formal. May. May I ask a question, please? May we go home now? Polite. Would. Would you mind if I asked you something?
Hello, did you take notes? I wish the video was helpful to you. Now let's move to exercise A. Exercise A. Read the examples 1 to 7 and match the phrases in blue with what they express, A to G. Can you think of other modal verbs to rephrase the phrases in blue? So, here we need to classify these 7 sentences according to the 7 uses of the modals. For me, I think it's better to start by explaining the uses of modals. On the right, A. Polite request. Polite request means طلب مهذب. يعني ماذا تقول عندما تريد أن تطلب شيئا من شخص بطريقة مهذبة. B. An ability in the past. ability يعني قدرة في الماضي. C. A request for permission. طلب الإذن، الاستئذان. D. An obligation. obligation يعني اضطرار، إجبار. E. Prohibition يعني منع أو حظر. F a piece of advice طبعا معناها إسداء النصح أو النصيحة. And finally G a lack of necessity يعني نقص الضرورة، يعني مثل ما نقول ما يحتاج. Now I'll give you some time to pause the video and to try to match the sentences with the right uses on the right. Okay? Take your time and then play the video again to check your answers. Here are the answers. Number 1. You do not need to buy ski equipment. Do not need, it means ما يحتاج، ما في داعي. So the answer is yes, G, lack of necessity, نقص الضرورة أو نقص الحاجة. Okay? Let's move to number 2. All participants have to arrive, have to, they have to, it's a must for them. Okay? So here the answer is D, an obligation, إجبار أو اضطرار. Okay? Number 3. Excuse me, could you show me how? Could you show me something? Yes, true. It's A polite request. Number 4. You'd better treat that wand. What do you think? Someone has a wand. Wand معناها جرح. So yes, the answer is F. Okay? A piece of advice. Number 5. You mustn't use your hands when playing football. It's against the rules. What do you think? Yes, true. E, a prohibition. Prohibition means منع أو حظر، شيء ممنوع أن تقوم به. Okay, number 6. When I was younger, I could run non-stop for 2 kilometers, but now I can't. I could. Yes, it's true. Be an ability in the past. What about number 7? May I borrow your tennis racket for a while? May I? May I go to the toilet? May I take something from you? Yes, it's C, a request for permission. طلب الإذن. I hope you all did the exercise correctly. And now, here is another answer, which is for the question, can you think of other modal verbs to rephrase the phrases in blue? Yes, for number 1, we can use don't have to, needn't, plus you don't need to buy. So if you want to express lack of necessity, you can say you don't need to, or you don't have to, or you needn't, plus the stem of the verb. Number 2, we want something else to express an obligation. Have to arrive. Yes, what can we use other than this? Yes, must and need to. Okay, what about number 3? Could you show me? Could you show me was a polite request, right? Can we use other words to express a polite request? Yes, can, will, or would. Okay? What about number 4? You'd better treat that wand. It's a piece of advice, right? So what else can be used to give advice? Yes, should, or ought to. What about number 5? Mustn't use. Yes, you can't use. Okay, so here number 5 is a prohibition, and it means منع أو حظر. Number 6, when I was younger, I could run. That was an ability in the past, right? So we can also use was able to. كنت قادرا على فعل كذا. And finally, may I borrow your tennis racket? May I is used to ask for permission or to request a permission. So we can use can or could instead of may. So we can say, may I borrow your tennis racket? Or can I borrow your tennis racket? Or could I borrow your tennis racket? I hope this is clear for you. Now let's move to exercise B. Exercise B. Read the examples below, note the phrases in blue, and answer the questions that follow. Let's first start reading the box. What's in the box? The player must be new because I've never seen him before. This is a deduction, right? استنتاج. I've never seen that person before, so he must be. أكيد هذا الشخص شخص جديد. Okay? The second example, the coach said that we might, could start practice earlier tomorrow. He'll email us when he knows for sure. So we may, ربما يمكننا أن نفعل كذا. Okay. Here are the questions. Question number 1. Which example expresses that it's possible for someone or for something to happen, but we are not sure? Yes, what do you think? Yes, true, the second example. Okay, what about the second question? Which example expresses that we are almost sure, تقريبا متأكدين that something is true? Yes, it's the first example. Question number 3. How do we form the negative of these examples? Of course, to make negative, we use not, right? But notice here, must plus base form, which is must be in the first example. It can be can't be, or can't plus base form. May or might, may not or might not. Okay? Couldn't is not used to express lack of necessity. It expresses lack of ability. Okay? I hope it was clear for you. Now let's move to exercise D. Exercise D. Read the sentences again and fill in the gaps with the missing modal verbs. Here we have 6 uses of modal verbs and they are all in the past. How did we know that? Because to turn a modal verb in the past you use have plus past participle. تستخدم have والتصريف الثالث لتحول المودal verbs إلى الماضي. The first use on the left, regret or reproach about an action or somebody's behavior in the past. Regret يعني الندم على حدث أو فعل قام به شخص أو سلوك شخص in the past. Yes, we use should, but it should be negative. Yes, shouldn't or ought not to have plus past participle. Number 2, absence of necessity يعني غياب الضرورة. ما في داعي. ما كان في داعي because we are talking about the past here. Okay? Something wasn't necessary. يعني شيء لم يكن ضروريا. شيئا لم يكن ضروريا but it was done. ولكنه قد تم فعله. Yes, here we use needn't have plus past participle. Because in the present we use needn't plus base form of the verb. Needn't go, needn't eat. But when I talk about the past, I said I needn't have gone. ما كان هناك داعي أن أذهب إلى هذا المكان. Number 3, possibility in the past. It means something that perhaps something happened but we are not sure. Maybe ربما يكون شيء ما قد حدث ولكننا لسنا متأكدين. We can use may or yes, might have plus past participle. And number 4, unfulfilled possibility in the past. It was possible for something to happen but it didn't. كان يمكن لشيء أن يحدث ولكنه لم يحدث. Here we use could have plus past participle. كان يمكن أن يحدث. In the past, of course. Number 5, positive deduction. يعني استنتاج إيجابي in the past. We are almost sure. Almost sure يعني متأكدين بدرجة كبيرة جدا. تقريبا متأكدين. That something happened. Here we use must have plus past participle. In the present we use must plus base form يعني الفعل في المصدر أصل الفعل. But in the past we use must have plus past participle. And finally, number 6, negative deduction in the past. We are almost sure that something didn't happen. متأكدين تقريبا أن شيئا لم يحدث. Of course we use yes, can't or couldn't have plus past participle. Now it's time for practice with exercise A on your student books page 85. Yes, here. Exercise A, circle the correct options. We have here 4 sentences with so many choices to choose from. Now it's your turn to practice what we have learned already in this video, and please pause the video, do the exercise, and then play it back to get the answers. Here are the answers. Number 1, ought to and may have. Number 2, yes, must have and could. Number 3, yes, may and can't have. Also, we have another one, needs to. Number 4, yes, had to, needn't have, don't have to, can, and finally could. I hope you got all the answers correctly. Now it's time for more practice with some games on WordWall website. All you have to do is to scan the codes and play the games for more practice. Good luck and have fun. But do not forget to come back for your homework, which will be on your workbooks page 66, exercises C and D. Have a look at exercise C. Yes, here it is. And let's have a look at exercise D. Again, here it is. Good luck with it. Now, thank you very much. Goodbye. See you.
مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.